Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, we start chapter 8 of your book about natural disasters. Now, I have to admit, I've always loved natural disasters. Even when I was a kid, I loved hurricanes, tornadoes, big storms, snowstorms, blizzards. We had all of these things where I lived, and I loved every minute of these events. I thought it was super cool, and I still kind of do. And I say that knowing that some people die and property gets damaged, but I think natural disasters are just very exciting, and that's just my opinion. It always has been, and I'm not going to lie about it. Okay, now, earthquake. These are earthquakes. Earthquakes is when the earth shakes. Now, an earthquake in Portuguese is a terremoto, yes. This is the picture of an earthquake. Well, it's not the picture of an earthquake, it's what happened from a specific earthquake. This is the result of an earthquake. Earthquake. We have volcanic eruption. This is a volcanic eruption. Yes. Okay. I've never seen a volcanic eruption. We don't have them near where I used to live. Fortunately. I don't think I would like this too much. Flood. This is a flood. Or I guess this is the result of a flood. A flood is when there's a lot of rain and the waters rise. Now, where I'm from, we have floods. And I've always liked floods. But I do know that they cause a lot of damage. In Santo Anastasio, you can get a flood. In Prudente, you can get a flood too, yes. Forest fires. Yes, these are forest fires. And forest fires are pretty self-explanatory. I'm not a big fan of forest fires. Fire in general, I'm not a big fan of. I don't like fire. So forest fires, that's not for me. And I think they're very sad, but forest fire. Tornado, these are tornadoes. We have tornadoes where I'm from, and you have tornadoes in Brazil too, but they're not very frequent. And I love tornadoes. I think they're very interesting, very cool. And I say that knowing that some people unfortunately die, and some people unfortunately have their houses destroyed, but I just think tornadoes are super cool. Hurricane. These are hurricanes, or this is a picture of a hurricane from a satellite in space. Hurricanes are big tropical storms, and we don't have hurricanes in Brazil. However, where I'm from in the United States, every couple years we have a hurricane, and I think hurricanes are super cool. They're just big storms with a lot of wind and a lot of rain. And again, I say this knowing that a lot of people suffer from hurricanes, but I can't help it. Since I was a little kid, I've just always thought these things are very interesting. Hurricane. Landslide. These are landslides. Brazil has a lot of landslides. I don't think landslides are cool, but these are landslides. Okay. I don't know what a landslide is in Portuguese either. Now, these are avalanches. We do have avalanches where I'm from in the United States. And I think they're kind of cool, but I would not like to be trapped in an avalanche. I think that the chances of survival are very small, depending on the situation. And I don't know what an avalanche is in Portuguese either. Avalanche. All right, now today we are talking the grammar past perfect. Okay, now we use the past perfect for things that happened before a specific moment in the past. And I know this sounds ultra confusing, very confusing, so I'm going to try to make it clear for you here with this. Look at the timeline below. Here we have two events in the past. I ate a big breakfast at 6:30 and I went to school at 7 o'clock. Now, these both happened in the past. Now, which of these events happened first? The breakfast. Which of these events happened second? School, went to school. Yes. Now, notice both activities happened in the past, but one activity happened before the other. Yes, the breakfast happened before going to school. So, for this event that happened first, we use the past perfect. And frequently, for this event that happened second in the past, we use the simple present, the simple past. For example, when I went to school, I had eaten a big breakfast already. Here, when I went to school, we have in the simple past. Here, for the first event in the past, I had eaten a big breakfast already. we use the past perfect for this. I had eaten a big breakfast already. And for this, we use the simple past. Okay, now the format in the affirmative, we have the subject, had, and the past participle. For example, Vanessa had eaten breakfast. And there's no conjugation here. It's always the same with I, you, he, she, it, we, they. It's always the same. Had and the past participle. No third person singular. All right. Now, in the negative, we have subject, had not, and the past participle. For example, Veronica had not forgotten to eat. Now, we can also use a contraction here. You can say hadn't, had not, or hadn't. Okay. And in the question, we have had, the subject, and the past participle. For example, had Veronica forgotten to eat? And we have short answers for this. The short answers are with had. We can say yes, she had, or no, she hadn't, or yes, you had, no, you hadn't, or yes, we had, no, we hadn't, etc. Okay. Now, in Portuguese, I think the past perfect would be eu tive, for example, eu tive esquecido or eu tinha esquecido. I'm not sure, but I think that's the past perfect in Portuguese. All right, now, past perfect, very important. Many examples in English books show the past perfect, the first past event, in the same sentence as the simple past event, the second past event. However, the past perfect, the first event, is often not in the same sentence as the second past event in real life, in real conversation, in real English. So, again, many examples in English books show this first past event with the second past event in the same sentence, but this is not always true. This is not always the case. For example, here, when I left the house, I had already eaten. Here, we have the simple past event. We have the second event in the same sentence as the first event with the past perfect. However, like I said, this is not always the case. These events are not always in the same sentence. For example, in this paragraph, I didn't eat anything this afternoon, and I did a lot. I walked across town, I cleaned my bedroom, I even did yoga. But I had eaten a huge breakfast in the morning. Now here we have various things in the simple past, various events in the simple past. But the first event was this: I had eaten a huge breakfast in the morning. And notice that all of these events in the simple past, these events that happened second, are not in the same sentence as the event that happened first. This, I had eaten a huge breakfast in the morning. Okay? All right. Now, and finish. Bye-bye. See you later, alligator in a wild crocodile. Have a good night, my friends. Bye-bye.